All right, what's up, guys? We're gonna look at 2v2 PvP RTA today, and I've been doing pretty well. This is the Mystery Hunted account, my former main. 72% win rate, which is, I mean, that's good. We'll take that. I don't really need to. I don't feel like I need to go into the matches because I feel like the drafts tell enough of the story. So I thought I'd just kind of look at some of the drafts and talk about my thoughts on the meta and how it works in general. Um, Let's see. I think I want to start from the top, the most recent matches, because I feel like my kind of understanding of how to play it has gotten better and better. And we'll start at the top and work our way down. So, here, you can see here I'm playing both accounts. So what's nice about this for me is that I've ruined up every monster. I have pretty good recollection of what's on what account and how it all fits together. And again, I've been playing these things like crazy amounts of hours for like the past 8 years. So it puts me in a pretty good position because I don't have to synergize with anyone else, and there's no, oh, I should have picked that, oh, I should have picked that, because I kind of know what I'm doing and what I want to do. So my main strategy is to exploit the LDs on the Mysteryhunt account, because I think Han and Yanhong fit into pretty much anything. And then I want, since Han is a nuker, I want that account to be with Nana. Both accounts have the Nana, so I've been trying to put it with the nuker account and trying to make that my nuker team, and the other one on the bottom my support team. You don't need too many supports. You just need to be guaranteed to get one healer through, I think. If you only have one healer on each team, a common strategy I've seen is they will ban out both healers and make you just deal with it. And I do that a lot too. It works really, really well. You've got enough monsters, you've got enough damage that if you can ban out all healing, you have a pretty good shot at winning. So I think that's what I did here. Beast Riders are exceptionally strong because there's no Leo. And so in terms of counters, there's not a lot. And probably if I was a little smarter, I would throw a Beast Rider up with my Nana team, because Beast Riders plus Nana is even stronger. It kind of exploits, the Nana exploits the Beast Rider, exploits the lack of Leo, which is kind of crazy that Leo's not here, but I kind of get it. So yeah, that was kind of the plan there. And one thing that's really important to watch out for is who you lined up against should influence your picks and should influence who picks what. Like, if they pick the Diana, make sure your Antares is lined up against the Diana, because it only procs to the other team. This guy in particular did a pretty good job of that. He did his Tian Lang lined up against my Han and Yanhong. Those are my bar boosters. So pretty well done by him. I guess we can dig into the match a little bit, right? Let's just watch. Maybe the pick ban will be somewhat useful. It takes a while, is the only major downside, but I don't really know that there's anything that can diminish that. So I think the three best units in the game for 2v2 are Nana, Riley, Wusa. And I think I mentioned this before. I think him picking some of those damage dealers, especially the early Diana, is a little bit funky. I don't feel like there's a great target for it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So I think I banned the healer here. Yeah, I banned the healer and I banned the Belial because he's just going to keep coming back, and I don't know that I can reliably kill him that long. We can speed this up. But since there are, 16 monsters picked, you can look at pretty much any tier list or bracket or anything of RTA, and there's just not that. That's interesting. They're giving me their perspective. There's not that many units that are impactful, and so you can kind of assume that out of 16, all the biggies are going to get picked. Wusa will be on someone's team. Riley will be on someone's team. So why not make it you as soon as possible? Because you're going to have to face it, and you're not going to like it. The fringy counter picks are almost more important in 2v2 because they can really impact the way the game's going to play out, because all the main monsters are going to be there. I really like the Wusa Riley on the same team. I think that's a strategy that has paid off for me quite a bit. This one's actually a little tighter than I would have thought, but I've got the healing and he doesn't. I've got the immunity, and he kind of is disincentivized to attack that Yanhong, even though she's really, really good, because she's all alone, and anything he has that's AoE, with his pandas, he's not going to put on the Yanhong, right? So it's kind of nice. I get my Riley and my Wusa all on the same side. Probably should have staggered those two, but there's enough buffs between the two of them that I feel pretty comfortable. And since he has no healing, I'm not really super stressed here. Just get kills, knock stuff out, take total turns away from him, Everything that's dead is like a stun every round. Like, it's permanently out of the match. So that worked out pretty well. All right, so let's see. I got to go back to 2v2, and then I got to go back to replay. It kind of kicks you all the way out, which is kind of weird. So in this draft, very similar. You can see the Wusa Riley on one side. I picked the Verd because he had the Chung Pung and the Juno in terms of AoE. Not that he'll necessarily use them in that way, but I felt like that was a decent idea. Got the Savannah in there again. I think Savannah's really, really strong. And then up top, I went a little more aggressive with the Diana Yan Hong Han. Again, down here. Kind of an interesting one by him. I think he went way too heavy into turn 1. Like, turn 1 is good, but there's enough sustain amongst everyone else that it makes it kind of tricky. Let's see if we can watch this one. This one I think is worth a look. Because I think this is one of those things where what might work for one team doesn't really work for two teams. Like, it's hard to make that full turn 1 stuff work. You can't control everything, you know? So I think the draft, he did Oliver. Oliver's another one that's going to be in pretty much every match. It's just good. It's a speed lead. It's always going to be there. He took double speed leads. So far, they're bannable. He needs one more on one side or the other if he wants me to not be able to completely ban him out of speed. There you go. So he's got 2 speed leads on the bottom team. I think the Triton is a horrible pick. It just doesn't do enough. I banned out the healing, so he has no healing, and I banned out the Sierra, which is, I think, a bulk of the damage on that one team. Like, he's a little bit damage light, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Feels like it. Like, that net did not work the way it was supposed to, and Diana's just going to go nuts. So already the Oliver's not feeling great. Resist, that's unfortunate. Gets the Reckless, does not quake the kill, so he had to use one more turn, and Nana still got an orb. So we're feeling pretty good here. And then we can just boost up the team that's under attack. Try to keep the heat off them a little bit if we can. Boost them up again, give them all the things, and just keep working down. Really, the Chung Pung and the Monkey are the only threats here because Molong's done Molong things and didn't even get a kill out of it. So I think, I don't know, that kind of spiraled poorly for him. And then we got to go all the way back because it doesn't save it for whatever reason. So that was that match. This match here, again, very similar. Like, I've kind of settled into the way these two teams work together. And I think that is the main advantage I have, in that I know what I'm doing. You know, like, I have it all figured out kind of between the two teams, and other people are kind of figuring it out on the fly. So it's just a big advantage. This team, again, had the Oliver, had the kind of the healing thing figured out. Again, brought the Tianling. I think the Tianling's not a good pick here because it's faced up against things that don't gain bar. So I think the Tianling is kind of a bit of a waste, but I don't know. So yeah, so that's kind of how 2v2 has been going. The only issue I've had is it's really hard to get a queue when you get up to a certain level. I've had that issue, which you would hope that in these 2 little weeks where they actually give rewards, queues would be plentiful, but it's still pretty tough because there's no main reward, you know? There's not a lot. There's no end of season reward. There's nothing. It's just get a few points and stuff. So it's just for fun. But anyway, thought I'd share kind of how I was going, what my plan was, what I was doing, and anybody else that's kind of digging into it might be curious, you know, what you're doing, what you're thinking. Is there something that you feel like is a great way to attack it that I haven't figured out or haven't mentioned yet? So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of 2v2. We got like another week, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, everybody.